Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumed Chatterjee. I'm a flow state consultant, a flow state guide, a specialist. And yesterday, man, I just did wrestling, just in person, one-on-one, just training. And it was tough, man. Ground game, I did some BJJ and grappling, and as I was learning all of this stuff, like the mounts and the half guard and all these different terminologies, right? I was just like, whoa, this is a new world for me, That's what it felt like. Originally, I was just like, oh, this is gonna be torture, right? In the beginning. It wasn't as bad as I made it out into my mind, okay? And so when I'm thinking about rejection, I'm coming from this lens right now of fighting, right? When a move gets rejected, what do? You adapt, right? You adapt and you find the best outcome that there is in the moment. And I think that's a beautiful way to look at this. Because a lot of the times, we overthink and get into our heads about this thing. I did yoga this morning and it was so good that I took a little power nap right after. The Savasana wasn't good enough. I was just like, oh man, I really need to sleep this out. It felt good, man. I feel like I'm getting my energy back very slowly. Like, I've been working really hard, pushing myself, And of course, I put myself through different challenges and spiritual challenges and different rituals, always to keep myself kind of expanding and on edge and in that, pocket of discovery. Aside about today's topic, we're going to be speaking about rejection. I know a lot of you guys struggle with this thing, men and women. So let's get right into it, okay? This is a powerful, powerful thing where, if you're ever experiencing this fear or this freezing up, you can always try to ground yourself in those moments, okay? What I do is I try and imagine that I'm sending all that negative energy down to the earth, okay? Grounding it around, right? Just like look right now, I'm just walking bare feet on this concrete and grass, right? It's changing the way that my beingness, okay? Because it's making me much more connected to the earth's energy and frequency. So the possibility of getting rejected stops people from what they want in life. It is literally holding them back from what they truly want and they truly desire. And it becomes a problem for people because then they can never really ask for what they need and want, okay? This thing goes deep, and I'm gonna explain a little bit about this because I've struggled with this a lot of my life, okay? Start to understand a few things around rejection. The first thing to understand is don't always think that the rejection is about you and taking it personally, because oftentimes it's either saving time, energy, or space, or it is the situation itself. So they didn't necessarily reject you, they rejected the situation or the way you went about that, or the way you ask that, right? And so there are aspects that can be tweaked. It's not one thing always that you've been rejected because of this. There's many factors that can go into this, you get what I'm saying? The best thing to do would be to stack small little things where you ask for a discount, you ask somebody for the time, okay? These little things that will start to stack. I once remember that I challenged myself to get rejected on purpose. Why did I do that? Because I let go of the resistance of this storyline of rejection. There's a specific storyline that is being created that to be rejected must mean that blank. When that resistance gets held on to, it starts to form into an unhealthy pattern. So what I did was, next 30 days, I'm just gonna get rejected by one person every single day. And I just kept going through that exposure therapy, right? Healing that rejection. And eventually, after a while, some people were very compliant, and I was surprised. I was like, whoa. I didn't expect this person to, for instance, just give me a back rub or basically it was the spur of the moment things that I was asking for. I wasn't really particularly only asking for phone numbers or things like this, but other things around things that I could actually ask for, that I could desire. You see, a lot of rejection can also be about your perception of self, how you are seeing yourself, okay? And you could even get into self-rejection, which a lot of times, if you have an anxious avoidant attachment style, you do this, okay? I'm calling you out on this because you're like, I'm gonna reject myself even before they get a chance to reject me. And that mentality puts you in this almost like a hot seat, right? You're like, man, I've built up all this energy and now it's almost like it can't go anywhere, right? The main thing for me associated with my rejection is I understand that it's a part of my golden shadow. That growing up, I never fit in and I always felt like I was rejected. You see, so it has a bigger importance in a storyline in regards to my own identity and ego. So the root cause of rejection oftentimes comes from your identity crises, identity issues, okay? Issues around your self-image and who you think you are and what you want to be. People with rejection issues usually have a hard time admitting they're wrong, and they have a hard time accepting criticism, okay? This is really, really key here, is holding and regulating your nervous system when someone is critiquing you, when someone is telling you, hey, this is not the right way to do it, or they're giving you some form of a correction. This is the time, this is the dojo, okay, to practice letting this thing go, to build the immune system. Sometimes rejection is just you fully trusting another person with your identity. Why are you doing that? Why are you putting the ball in their court and being like, hey, here's my self-image, you can do whatever you want with it? That's a weak frame of reality, okay? The stronger frame is rejection is protection, okay? It probably protected me from some fucked up situations in my life that could have been worse, that I'm spiritually protected by being in this presence of acceptance, not rejection. Even if this person said no, it has nothing to do with me. Because how are they going to judge me from this one particular moment, right? How are they going to make a snap judgment of my entire life based on that one tiny little moment? If people have a wrong idea of you, you don't want to force them to change that opinion of you. They're going to have to, at least get to know you or experience you in a different way, in a different context. Rejection is the redirection. You know what I call a rejection? I call it a destiny interrupt that could have saved your life. Why is the universe protecting us from this one person? We don't really know, okay? There's a greater scheme at play that the universe has for you, okay? There's a greater plan in the background that the universe has for you, and you can't know exactly what that is. You can only get gentle nudges from your spirit guides and angels and entities, right? You can't get the whole picture right away. My advice to you, okay, is the next 30 days, just practice going out of your way to get rejected, and you'll be surprised. Sometimes the rejection will fail, okay? What does that mean? The people are a lot more compliant and polite than you think they are. You see, if you build up this strange thing in your mind that, oh, this person is gonna say no, or oh, I can't believe that they said this, or I don't know if they're gonna accept me. You're already persuading the narrative. You're morphing the outcome by you placing importance and more energy and focus on the rejection itself. So what you guys are doing is you're talking with somebody, or maybe you're talking to a stranger, and you're thinking, I'm gonna get rejected. And what ends up happening is you get rejected, okay? Wouldn't it be interesting to have this mindset of, hey, maybe this might turn out to be a very interesting lesson, or maybe this might tweak my personality or game in some way that I may never even see it again. This is a unique opportunity for me. It is not a setting myself back or a caging of my personality and who I really am. How can you know myself based on just 4 seconds of meeting me? This hidden rejection energy is propelling you into your purpose. It's shortcutting all the signals and helping you get there faster towards your mission. So if the universe is against you and it doesn't want you to communicate with this person, of course, it's going to come in the form of a rejection. Now, sometimes rejections are very deep and they can hurt a lot. I'm not denying that. You got to heal that wound and hurt. You got to process those emotions, that emotional baggage or that resentment or that regret that you've been carrying, okay? You have to feel into that and be like, hey, I'm the one who has control of this narrative. I'm the one who gets to decide my character and my identity. And once I can decide that, other people don't have any say in that, okay? They can be whichever identity they pick, okay? It's like a video game, right? Like they can pick whatever identity they want. I can pick whatever identity I want. And the way I shift my identity is by shifting my beliefs. This is a holographic universe. You can change your beliefs around. You don't have to be playing in that storyline that I'm the one that always got rejected. And some of the greatest, seducers, some of the greatest social dynamics people, some of the greatest psychologists, some of the greatest people who are trailblazers in this industry and field, they've taught me that, hey man, that anxiety that you're feeling, it's like an engine. It's there to rev you up. That nervous energy is there to give you a nervous system realignment. So you might be misusing that extra energy that the universe is giving you and letting that anxiety chomp you down, get you in a bubble. What if you played this game like an athlete? Okay? Every time you didn't get into the basket, you go, oh man, that's always happens to me. Okay, no, you treat it like it's just a thing. Okay, next basket, let me try again. Okay, so the trying again is really the momentum of this thing, okay? So you're gonna build that thick skin and the immune system through actually going through getting rejected. And it's not gonna be easy. This is shadow work, okay? This is shadow work. This is work that a lot of people don't do. So if you're struggling with this thing, let's get it. I wanna see you out and about, just kind of doing it, kind of pushing yourself. Whatever, even if it's just direct game, it doesn't matter. Hey, I think you're really cute. I just wanted to come talk to you. I've been really nervous sitting there for a while, but I just thought you were cool and friendly. I could be wrong though, could be a total bitch, but hey, what's up? Boom, now you're in a new reality. You've just quantum hopped. Why? Because you've done something that challenges the preconceptions of what you've been doing so far. And that's why it's a powerful shift that's going to cause you. I hope this helps you in changing your mentality around and start doing that inner work in regards to this. Let's say that you're basing your identity based on what your mom and dad think of you. Now, every time they show any hint of disapproval, you're going to crumble. Why? Because your identity is in their hands, my friend. You see? They're photoshopping your image while you're sitting here going, oh, I guess, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Okay, you're doing that while they're just chipping away and editing all this stuff on your personality. Why do you have such long hair? Why do you do this? Why are you sleeping on the floor? Why are you wearing this? Why are you doing that? It's just noise to me at this point. That's my identity. That's who I choose to be. I'm a stoic warrior monk in this lifetime. Okay, I'm a flow state Jedi in this lifetime. I'm a Naga in this lifetime. I'm a Makara in this lifetime. That's my personal choice. Okay? From symbolism that I've received, and of course there's other elements to it, but that's my choice. And my choice, my body, my choice, you know how they say that, right? My rejection, my choice. Let's go. Upward Spiral Gang, may we never be the same again. Hit that like and subscribe button. Share this with a friend who's struggling with this. Let's get it. Join the community, Telegram group. You already know. Free channelings every Sunday. May we never be the same again. Us.